I'm probably out of memory. I'm going to keep an eye on it. That shut off. Introduction. The time we spend reading aloud is like no other time. A miraculous alchemy takes place when one person reads to another. One that converts the ordinary stuff of life, a book, a voice, a place to sit, and a bit of time, into astonishing fuel for the heart, the mind, and the imagination. We let down our guard when someone we love is reading us a story, the novelist Kate DiCamillo once told me. We exist together in a little patch of warmth and light. She's right about that, and explorations in brain and behavioral science are beginning to yield thrilling insights into why. It's no coincidence that these discoveries are coming during a paradigm shift in the way we live. The technology that allows us to observe the inner workings of the human brain is of a piece with the same technology that baffles and addles and seems to be reshaping the brain. In a culture undergoing what's been called the big disconnect, many of us are grappling with the effects of screen and devices, machines that enhance our lives at the same time make it harder to concentrate and to retain what we've seen and read. Yeah, my smartphone, I can't. When I was in Denver, I could call 300 people from memory, 300 phone numbers. Now I can't remember 5 phone numbers. Got a smartphone and a dumb brain. Yeah. So it's harder to concentrate and retain what we've seen and read, and alarmingly easy to be only half present even with the people we love most. In this distracted age, we need to change our understanding of what reading aloud is and what it can do. It is not just a simple, cozy, nostalgic pastime that can be taken up or dropped without consequence. It needs to be recognized as a dazzlingly transformative and even countercultural act it is. For babies and small children with their fast-growing brains, there is simply nothing else like it. For that reason, I've devoted a substantial portion of this book to the young. They respond in the most immediately consequential ways when someone reads to them. As a result, they are the subject of most research on the topic. As we shall see, listening to stories while looking at pictures stimulates children's deep brain networks, fostering their optimal cognitive development. Further, the companionable experience of shared reading cultivates empathy, dramatically accelerates young children's language acquisition, and vaults them ahead of their peers when they get to school. The rewards of early reading are astonishingly meaningful. Toddlers who have lots of stories read to them turn into children who are more likely to enjoy strong relationships, sharper focus, greater emotional resilience, and self-mastery. The evidence has become so overwhelming that social scientists now consider read aloud time one of the most important indicators of a child's prospects in life. It would be a mistake, though, to relegate reading aloud solely to the realm of childhood. The deeply human exchange of one person reading to another, is in fact human, which means that its pleasures and benefits are open to everyone. Don't need that board in there. There you go, still not too bad. Teenagers and adults who are read to or who do the reading themselves may not win the same degree of scientific interest, but there's no question that they benefit too, in ways intellectual, emotional, literary, and even spiritual. For frazzled adults in midlife whose attention is yanked in 1,000 directions, taking the time to read aloud can be like applying a soothing balm to the soul. For older adults in later life, its effects are so consoling and invigorating as to make it seem like a health tonic, or even a kind of medicine, and it probably is. We have everything to gain and no time to waste. In the tech area, we can all benefit from what reading aloud supplies, but with children, the need is urgent. Many young people are spending as many as 9 hours a day with screens. They are surrounded by technology. It informs our world. It absorbs our attention. It commandeers our hands and eyes, and they need the adults in their lives to read books to them, not despite that, but because of it. In our cultural adaptation to the internet, we have gained and we have lost. Reading aloud is a restorative that can replenish what technology leeches away, bleeds away. Leech is a thing you stick on you to suck the blood out of your life. Where the screen tends to separate family members by sending each into his own private virtual reality, reading together draws people closer together and unites them. Sitting with a book and a companion or two, we are transported to realms of imagination in warm, physical proximity to one another. For children, contemplating the illustrations in picture books quietly and at length helps to inculcate the grammar of visual art in a way that really can't happen when the pictures are animated or morphing or jumping around. For the infinite jostling possibilities of the touch screen make us feel scatterbrained. A story read aloud engages our minds in deep, sustained attention. The language of stories helps babies develop the linguistic scaffolding for early speech and helps young children work toward fluency. When children are older, novels read aloud give them access to complex language and narratives that might otherwise be beyond them. The experience bathes children of all ages in torrents of words, images, and syntactical rhythms that they might not get anywhere else. It brings joy, engagement, and profound emotional connection for children, teens, adults, everybody. Reading out loud is probably the least expensive and most effective intervention we can make for the good of our families and for the wider culture. The Enchanted Hour is for anyone who loves books, stories, art, and language. It is for everyone who wants to give babies and toddlers the best possible start in life. Everyone who cares about the tender-hearted middle schooler and the vulnerable